Hello, namaste, and yes, welcome back to another brand new episode of Chiya Guff. Chiya Guff ko aajko shrinkhalama with me. I have a very close friend of mine, a very humble human being. So he is someone more मेरो best friend. He's always a go-to person, especially when it comes to sports. He's the encyclopedia for me because he's got all the deeds that's necessary. So yes, as I say, since a lot is happening in terms of sports itself. So yeah, without putting a lot of pressure on him right now, let's take a short tea break. So yes, with me I have this sweetheart right next to me, Abhinav Joshi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
Please, I miss this very tasty tea.
I hope you're absolutely fresh.
I am. I hope you are too.
I am. Trust me, I am. Because Champions League no?
Yes, as a funny game, so Liverpool or Villarreal second leg. I'm a Liverpool fan, so how can I miss it?
Right? So how's the sleepless nights going? Last night could have been match, but
no, last night Manchester United game so I don't belong to that category. So somebody, a different group watched it. So amro biradari ma bhanu, we as footballers, football lovers bhanu. There's never a sleepless night. We always it's always day for us, okay? Game, whatever important match is there. So it's always shiny as ever. So yeah, it's always a pleasure as well.
Since as your favorite Liverpool is playing, so how excited are you?
Very much. Especially Champions League after 2018-19, this is a very good opportunity for Liverpool to win it. And it's in the semi-final, second semi-final with Villarreal, and Augulo semi-final match Liverpool won 2-0. So it's a very good advantage for Liverpool. And it's going to be Villarreal ko home, and it's going to be a tough atmosphere as Jurgen Klopp, the coach, has quoted it. But I think fair and square Jits Hostelax and Liverpool is going to be there in another final.
Since you've been following football so closely for a very long time, what is your prediction as a Liverpool score versus Laxada?
I think it's not going to be a high scoring affair. As I say, it's going to be a very low scoring game. I think it's going to be 1-0 for me, Liverpool saying. In spite of everything, I think Liverpool's going to score against Villarreal. And I think that's the shape up but you never know, football is unpredictable.
Okay, so fans are like tiptoes match
I think it will. Champions League it's always unpredictable. Always that there was a scenario in 2018 when Liverpool won it. Liverpool Barcelona in the semi-finals. Agillo khelma Barcelona 3-0 jiteko थियो, right? So Liverpool needed a 4-0 clean sweep win to get to the finals, and they got it. So it's like whenever you're playing in the Champions League, we call it the Champions League nights, and it's a different atmosphere. And it's pumped up players, teams, fans, and especially whoever are involved. So you never know with Champions League football. It's always an unpredictable affair. As a penny, you never know that Villarreal can it actually lighten up, or they can change the course of aligiti jun hisabले उनीहरुले खेली पनि रहेको छन्, they outclass teams like Bayern and Juventus. So you never know with football teams, and Villarreal is a very good team. But having said that, being a Liverpool supporter, I think Liverpool will win it, and being in tiptoes as well, it's always going to be from minute 0 to minute 90. It's a minute 90 पछि पनि extra time, it's injury time. It's going to be a very unpredictable affair. So
एकदम contrary मा भन्नु पर्दा you seem to be someone a little different, and usually मान्छेहरु when they're rooting for a specific club or a specific team they're like हैन उसरी जित्नु पर्छ हैन, but you seem to be like anything can happen. है but usually कस्तो हुन्छ भने कि you know your team is strong no matter what that's why also you follow that team हैन तर you know sometimes कुनै एउटा specific league या कुनै एउटा specific हुन्छ नि matchमा चाहिँ you know that no matter how strong your team is but it might not make it खालको पनि हुन्छ नि त हैन does it ever happens to you that you know this is your favorite team but यो particular यो league चाहिँ अहिले जित्छ खालको
I think सबै फ्यान्सहरूलाई लाग्छ कि their team is the best and I think they're going to perform the best भनेर अनि when the season starts everybody has their high hopes कि ल यो पालि चाहिँ हामीले जित्छौँ we'll be finishing in the top 4 भनेर everybody feels that way पनि अनि I think it's the same with me my team or let's say हैन the team I support Liverpool they have a very good team with very good players and especially going through the form they are right now home मा त they are undefeated हैन unbeatable अहिले उनीहरूले आफ्नो home ground Anfield license they use it as a fortress as we say it's a fortress right so ani away games ma pani they've shown much character and much vigor and I think that's really great that we have such good players experienced and especially talking about Jurgen Klopp he's one of the best managers in the world with so much charisma and so much knowledge in him and the best thing about him is like his human side अब हामीले देख्दै गर्दा कि football is all about data and all about like analysis and everything it's wonderful that we have somebody very human who takes care of the human side of the things right takes care of the players the young players who are coming in the old players who are who are fading out त्यहाँ पनि support चाहिन्छ क्या everybody needs support and Jurgen Klopp is one figure that is a father figure to everyone and I think having that as well you are very certain that this team is going to perform really well and they have as well यो season पनि अब Liverpool is aiming for the title in fact they're aiming for the quadruple भनेको 4वटा title they've already won the Community Shield FA Cup को final पुगेको छ Chelsea सँग they are going to play in May 14th Champions League मा अब second semi final Villarreal second leg भइरहेछ they can be in the final maybe if everything goes right and
fingers crossed
exactly so you always have this feeling ki like not only me like whichever team ko supporterलाई त सोध्नु भयो भने they always say the same and my team Liverpool is I think is one of the best ones I can say that
well yes on that note let's head on towards a short clip we will be right back after that so yes how happy are you Spanish La Liga ko pani sakisakeko छैन जुन sakisake how was your experience watching it as an audience
I think I was alikati soft core for Real Madrid हैन since सानोमा Real Madrid TV भन्ने आउँथ्यो अनि I used to watch it a lot अनि त्यति बेलामा हाम्रो the Ronaldo Nazario Van Nistelrooy त्यति बेलाको टिमलाई I really used to envy अनि I'm kind of glad that Real Madrid won it but as being भनौँ न एउटा neutral football journalist I should say it's sad that it ended so early it's हैन साच्चै नै भन्ने हो भने there's a rivalry between Barcelona and Real Madrid that has lasted for ages especially talking about Real Madrid Barcelona rivalry it's not only in the football ground it's off the ground as well especially just the Real Madrid भनेको it's used to be owned by the Spanish royals that's why it's called Real and Real Madrid from the Madristas right so अनि Barcelona is a team from the suburbs as they say it अब हुन त अहिले Catalonia is even अहिले progress पनि भइसक्यो so basically कस्तो थियो भने Catalonia is a state where like it's kind of like the Tibet of China
okay
so it's they are like trying to be separated from Spain so एउटा geopolitical environment ले गर्दाखेरि पनि त्यो एउटा rivalry छ के पहिलादेखि as they say it's about like the रोयल पिपल र नर्मल पिपल बिचको वार भन्छ के बार्सिलोना र रियल मैड्रिडलाई सो त्यो एउटा राइभलरी पहिलादेखि नै थियो अहिलेसम्म पनि छ बट यो सिजन र अघिल्लो सिजन चाहिँ के भयो भन्दाखेरि अलिकति अनफर्चुनेटली बार्सिलोना लस्ट भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट प्लेयर्स दे लस्ट देयर करेजमा मेबी होइन अनि त्यो चाहिँ त्यो अलिकति कमजोर भएको छ बार्सिलोना एन्ड इट वाज अलवेज अलवेज इन्ट्रिगिङ टु वाच द गेम बिट्विन देम के हामीले भन्दै गर्दाखेरि एल क्लासिको भन्छ Real Madrid to Barcelona ko game like the classic in English El Clasico bhancha it's one of the most watched game in the world after Super Bowl right so त्यस्तो heavy rivalry भएको team थियो so अहिले हेर्दै गर्दाखेरि Real Madrid won it by something around like 15 points and it's kind of sad because the competition जति भयो it's so interesting नि त अब जस्तै if you talk about Manchester City and Liverpool in English Premier League it's going like 2-2 head to head 1 point को difference there was a time when it was 99 points or 100 points को ट्यालीमा दे बिकेम फर्स्ट एन्ड सेकेन्ड के
Okay.
सो त्यो कम्पिटिसन भयो भने इट्स मोर इन्ट्रिगिङ इट्स मोर इन्ट्रेस्टिङ बट
एकदम ह्युज डिफरेन्स भयो
एक्ज्याक्टली इट्स फुल क्रेडिट टु रियल म्याड्रिड दे वान इट होइन त्यो चाहिँ मेन उनीहरूको अहिलेको टिम राम्रो भएर पनि हो बट वाट माई रिमार्क is on this point भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ it's not because Real Madrid were good or let's say Real Madrid were better it's because they were good but Barcelona was not up to the par so usually Barcelona they scored 80 plus points they're in 65 right now 3 or 4 more games to go right now so त्यो कुरामा चाहिँ बार्सिलोना चाहिँ पछाडी पर्यो के इट्स नट द्याट रियल म्याड्रिड आफ्नो फुटबल खेलिरहेको छ रियल म्याड्रिड इज प्लेइङ देयर ओन फुटबल दे आर लाइक हुन्छ नि उसको आफ्नै स्टेजरमा छ एन्ड स्पेसली कार्लो एन्सेलोटी हेज बिन रिइन्स्टल इन द टिम होइन हु इज वन च्याम्पियन्स लिग विथ रियल म्याड्रिड एज वेल प्रायरली सो त्यो एक्सपिरियन्सको कोच रिइन्स्टल भइसकेपछि दे आर प्लेइङ देयर रेगुलर काइन्ड अफ फुटबल द वे दे सुड प्ले होइन बट बार्सिलोना इज नट क्याचिङ अप के अनि डानी आल्भेज भन्ने एकजना खेलाडी थियो हुनुहुन्छ अहिले बार्सिलोनाको हि मेड अ कमेन्ट कि इट्स लाइक रियल म्याड्रिड आर भेरी लकी द्याट वी डिडन्ट वेक अप लिटल बिट अर्ली किनकि अहिले बार्सिलोनाको रिभाइभल हेर्ने हो दे वर इन 9th पोजिसन समथिङ अराउन्ड 15 गेम्स अगाडि के सो दे आर इन द 2nd पोजिसन नाउ So I think it's good that Real Madrid won it. They deservedly won it. But the competition back away, it would have been more interesting.
Neck to neck, head to head. Exactly. Similarly, यो La Liga को कुरा गर्ने हो भने there is a name that has always made sensation भनौँ न Karim Benzema को कुरा निस्क्यो भने you can sip
sure. Thank you.
अलिकति काँटी बेटर छ सो उहाँको he's been a sensation right now अझ स्पेसिफिकली भनौँ भने रियल म्याड्रिडको कुरा आउने बित्तिकै पहिला क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो भन्ने कुरा आउँथ्यो भने कि once he's not there Karim Benzema is reaching to his heights भन्ने खालको कुरा भइरहेछ हैन so what's your take on that
it's true Karim Benzema is the one who's carrying the team अहिले especially if we look at the game and the game plan एउटा अस्ति भर्खर एउटा I was going through the meme के there was a meme कि Pep Guardiola ले चाहिँ एकदमै क्याल्कुलेसन गरेर हैन पुरै फर्मुलाज लगाएर उसको टिम रेडी गरिरहेको थियो भने कार्लो एन्सेलोटीले चाहिँ द म्यानेजर अफ रियल म्याड्रिड वाज ह्याभिङ दिस ट्याक्टिक्स कि जस्ट पास इट टु बेन्जेमा and like अलि भन्दै गर्दाखेरि त्यो फनी पनि सुन्थ्यो but that's actually working if the mentality if the tactics is working then you should go for it र अहिले बेन्जेमा अब भन्दै गर्दाखेरि it may sound strange is one of the contenders for the world player of the year that is Ballon d'Or हैन so I think is been tremendous अहिले उसको टिमलाई क्यारी गर्दाखेरि is the captain of the team after Marcelo is not so much playing so much involved in the team हैन because of his age and fatigue but Benzema is the one who is driving forward and in fact यो भन्दा अगाडि रियल म्याड्रिडमा एउटा टिम भनौँ अथवा उनीहरूको कम्बिनेसन थियो दे कल इट BBC बेन्जेमा बेल एन्ड क्रिस्टियानो सो त्यो टिमको कोर पार्ट पनि बेन्जेमा थियो होइन बेल इज नट अप टु द पार उसको फर्मली सेल्फमा रोनाल्डो इज अफ टु म्याड्रिड अहिले सरी म्यान्चेस्टर युनाइटेड अहिले आफ्टर हि केम ब्याक फ्रम टुरेन राइट Juventusबाट so I think is one of the most important players Real Madridको लागि and he's done justice to the team especially जुन रोलमा ऊ खेलिरहेको छ it's really tremendous Benzema has been
you were mentioning manager Real Madrid manager Carlo himself he's also regarded as one of the most powerful and one of the best managers पनि भनेर in terms of football he's also regarded as that you know
true.
So उहाँ पनि हुनुहुन्छ and since we're talking about Benzema himself you know where do you see Real Madrid in near future how far do you think they have this sense and their legacy कस्तो तरिकाले जान्छ जस्तो लागिरहेको छ
अब I think Real Madrid it's the 35th time they've won this title 35 चोटि जितिसकेको छ and they are the team who have won it the most of times हैन Real Madrid so उनीहरूको हिस्ट्रीको त कुरै गर्नु पर्दैन दे आर फ्रम द स्पेनिश रोयल्स देव अलवेज ह्याभ द रिसोर्सेस एन्ड पिपल टु डु इट एन्ड आई थिङ्क देव जस्टिफाइड इट एज वेल होइन फ्रम अल्फ्रेडो दे स्टेफानो टु आजको दिनमा बेन्जेमासम्म सो हिस्ट्रीको त देयर अलवेज बिन प्रिभिलेज फ्युचरको कुरा गर्ने हो भने इट्स अबाउट द सिस्टम अफ द क्लब लाइक हुन्छ नि त्यो क्लब कहाँसम्म जान्छ भनेर त्यो क्लबको सिस्टमले बताउँछ दे हेभ अ ट्रेमेन्डस फेसिलिटी दे आर अ ट्रेमेन्डस क्लब विथ भेरी गुड यङ प्लेयर्स कमिङ इन स्पेसली टकिङ अबाउट अहिले वान अफ द बेस्ट यङ प्लेयर्स राइट नाउ विनिसियस जुनियर होइन अर लेट्स से अहिले अर्को हामीले रोड्रिगो भन्छौँ मार्को असेन्सियो लिट बिट ओल्ड इज 27 समथिङ द प्लेयर्स आर कमिङ इन राइट नाउ होइन Valverde or some other players as well the young players they have right now, they have the potential to be one of the best in the world in coming days as well. So that's how you decide your team चाहिँ कहाँ पुग्छ भनेर हैन. Thibaut Courtois is only like 31, 32. Is a very renowned goalkeeper. He's been there forever. So I think Real Madrid has a long way to go, especially under the tutelage of Carlo Ancelotti. He's one of the best coaches, not only in Spanish league football, but also the world. He's won Champions League with AC Milan, Real Madrid, and he's one of the finest Italian coaches. Italians are it's always been installed. Italians are the most tactical minded in world football. He's an Italian who came from AC Milan as a player. He became the coach of AC Milan as well. And Jun football ko transition ma evolve हुँदै गएको अथवा अलिकति आफूलाई develop गर्दै लाग्नु भएको कोचेसहरु हुनुहुन्छ. He's one of them. हैन नत्र कस्तो हुन्छ भने there was a time when football was played in a different format. अनि नयाँ कोचेसहरु आइसकेपछि I think कति जनाले हुन्छ नि अलिक out to date पनि हुनु भएको छ. He's one of the few people who have survived and हुन्छ नि put a new kind of philosophy in him as well. So I think Carlo Ancelotti is a really good manager to be for Real Madrid, for a team like Real Madrid especially.
So yes, on that beautiful note, wishing them all the luck. Oileko lagi. We're heading on towards a short commercial break. We will be right back after that. Welcome back. Yes, we were talking about sports. We are talking about sports, and we will be talking more about football. So yeah, obviously, I was asking you, German Bundesliga, how do you even pronounce it? So yeah, when it comes to sports, especially Germany ko कुरा गर्ने हो भने चाहिँ Germany ko managers हरु चाहिँ एकदम बबाल हुन्छन् भन्ने खालको कुरा हुन्छ नि. How much do you agree on that?
I have to agree. My favorite team ko manager is a German. German Bundesliga ma ekdamai ख्याति प्राप्त हुनुहुन्थ्यो. Not only about the manager, it's also about the players as well. And one thing to note is, German Bundesliga ko they have the heaviest fan base.
Oh.
You know why? Because जुन facilities सबै ग्राउन्डहरुमा छ heaviest fan base किन भनिन्छ भनेर भन्दाखेरि जुन density of their population of their teams हुन्छ नि जस्तै एउटा second tier team को पनि they have 40,000 45,000 attendance के. That's kind of good.
Wow.
But I think Germany ma त्यो एउटा चीजले गर्दाखेरि पनि it's always been a plus factor. And जस्तै अब teams like Bayern and अहिलेको recent case ma Leipzig and Dortmund, they've always been blessed with superb fans.
Borussia Dortmund, okay.
Borussia Dortmund, right? So yeah, German Bundesliga is one of the competitive leagues in the world. The teams they उनीहरूले अहिले राखिराखेको टिम्सहरु भन्दै गर्दा त्यहाँ हुँदै गरेको टिम्स especially Bayern, one of the biggest teams in the world, Borussia Dortmund, one of the biggest teams in the world, अहिले RB Leipzig coming to become one of the biggest teams अहिले. So yes, German Bundesliga is a fabulous tournament. अनि अहिले हामीले पछिल्लो 2014 मा पनि they won the World Cup, and Germany has always been a dominant force in the world. Except for 2018, they got eliminated from the group stage. That was like a very surprising thing. They got eliminated from Korea. South Korea eliminated Korea. And that was very surprising. It was like one of the first times in history that has happened. So I think after something 70 or 80 years that had happened. So Germany ko dominance world football ma kasto cha भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ हामीले बुझ्न सक्छौं. It all comes back to their backbone. एउटा देशको फुटबलको backbone means always the league के. अनि I think that's why they are there. German Bundesliga को एउटा राम्रो इफेक्टले गर्दाखेरि Germany is there जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई.
So yeah, you mentioned dominant, एकदम German players are एकदम dominant तरिकाले खेल्छ भनेर. So I'm pretty sure they are very competitive in nature. Sure. So when it comes to football, अब किनभने हरेक ठाउँमा चाहिँ आफ्नो इन्टर हुन्छ नि आफ्नै कन्ट्रीमा पनि कति म्याचहरु भइरहेको हुन्छ नि त. When one German club is playing with the other, कतिको competitive हुन्छ होला त त्यसैले त.
It's outstandingly competitive, and especially अहिले recent rivalry हामीले अस्ति भर्खरै गेम पनि भएको थियो. German Bundesliga ko one of the most important games is Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund, which is always the case because they are the title runners. So you Paris saying, I think there was a 12-point difference Bayern won it with, and this was the 10th consecutive time that Bayern won it again. But two matching, it's always competitive. It's always consists with flair and like एकदमै रमाइलो हुन्छ त्यो गेम हेर्न पनि न्यूट्रल ऑडियन्स को लागि त अब supporters are like it's even fantastic. So I think त्यो एउटा हुन्छ नि I think the more competitive a league is, more competitive the teams are, the better the league is. Especially अहिले दुईजनाको राइभलरीको कुरा गर्ने हो भने वर्ल्ड फुटबलमा पनि they have been really really good. So it's really going good जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई.
So yes, on that note, we're heading on towards a short clip. We will be right back after that. मैले चाहिँ यो स्पेसिफिक डेको चाहिँ अर्को फुटेज पनि हेरेको थिएँ होइन त्यसमा चाहिँ अ प्लेयर हि वाज सो एक्साइटेड आफ्टर दे वन होइन अनि जितिसकेपछि त्यो जुन बियर हुन्छ नि उहाँले दौडेर आफ्नो गर्लफ्रेन्डलाई खनाउन गइराख्नु भएको थियो अनि द गर्लफ्रेन्ड सी डिड द सेम उहाँले पनि पुरा यत्रो बियरको वाट डु यु कल इट ग्लास त भन्न मिलेन होइन त्यसलाई नि लिएर आएर अनि उहाँलाई पनि खनाइदिनु त खाने मान्छेलाई मात्र थाहा छ
No, but Germany, it's a tradition. It's a tradition that whenever they celebrate, they do that. It's not only about winning the cup or something. It's about the celebrations. To celebrate गर्ने way, okay? किन भन्दाखेरि Germany is known for their beer, German beer, होइन? अनि excess amount मा हुन्छ.
Have you tried भन्ने के?
I have, of course.
Is it good?
अनि no, German beers हरू अहिले brands around they're good. I don't need to name, they're not sponsoring maybe, but but Germany could trend say no, they have this tradition of doing it. And अहिले हामीले पनि भर्खरै पनि देख्यौं Julian Nagelsmann, the coach of Bayern Munich, he's been poured with or like showered with beer. And I think त्यो एउटा चाहिँ राम्रो एउटा ट्रेडिसन पनि हो त्यो कल्चरलाई त्यसले प्रेजेन्ट गरिरहेको छ हैन I think it's a good tradition as well. त्यति भन्दै गर्दाखेरि lots of beers is being wasted
and being mentioned as well. So yes, let's not mention it anymore. So let's take another short clip break. We will be right back after that. So yes, हामीले भर्खर PSGले जितेको सेलिब्रेसनको भिडियो पनि हेरिहाल्यौँ हैन फ्रेन्च लिगको सिन्स यो इयर चाहिँ PSGमा मेसी हुनुहुन्थ्यो हिमसेल्फ हैन he's been known as the life blood पहिला त बार्सिलोनाको he considered it as his own temple जस्तो गरिन हैन so right now he's in PSG उहाँलाई चाहिँ कतिको प्रेसर थियो होला क्या to win the title because बार्सिलोनाको एउटा एकदमै स्टार प्लेयरबाट being not on the team त्यसपछि going to PSG अनि playing this French league, how much pressure he must have felt?
I think, Sunny, how the situations unfolded, it was really, really harsh on him. He is one of the best, if not the best player in the world, or in the entire history of football, Lionel Messi. So, Juni hisabli the political, economic environment like compressed by Barcelona. I think it was very unfortunate for him to leave Barcelona because he didn't want to leave it. He even said it in his press conference that it's not because of that I want to leave, it's because I have to leave. The club is going to be destroyed. So that's why I'm leaving. He sacrificed himself for the team, for Barcelona. And coming from that scenario, PSG is one of the biggest team in the world, and he has that opportunity to achieve in a different dimension. But he is human after all. Jatsuke हामी like Messi like alien भने पनि जतिसुकै god भने पनि हैन he is a human after all. And there's a human side of a person that goes through a lot. Okay? You cannot just be robotic every time. There is a sense of emotion in you, and I think it's really hard for a player to succumb those kind of things. He's come from enormous pressure, and he has to perform. के त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि पनि अनि कता त्यसमा चाहिँ अलिकति underwhelming environment मा पर्यो अथवा उसले त्यति perform गर्न सकेन. It's totally justifiable. Especially coming to a different league, he has played his entire professional life in Spain. I know. From being a 16-year-old kid from Argentina to being one of the best players in the world. So he's been in Spain. The format, the philosophy. So coming to a different league, it's very hard for anybody to adapt to it so quickly, even for the best player in the world. But having said that, he has a huge contribution to PSG to win it. PSG didn't win it last time. Lille jiteko थियो. So this time they won it with a very good 10 points plus marginally they have won it. So I think त्यो एउटा installment चाहिँ मेसीले गर्दाखेरि पनि भएको छ हैन उसको कन्ट्रिब्युसनले गर्दाखेरि because the competitiveness or let's say जुन हिसाबले तिनीहरु एबल भएको छ केपेबल भएको छ अहिले लियोनल मेसी किलियन एम्बापे र नेमारको जुन जोडी छ अहिले or let's say त्यो हाम्रो ट्राइडेन्ट्स भनौं it's not only famous in PSG but also the world. अस्ति हामीले Champions League मा पनि PSG खेल्दै गर्दाखेरि everybody was so convinced that they're going to at least be in the final. So त्यो potential को team हो PSG भनेर everybody were saying that unfortunately they got out of the Champions League. That fair and square, they won the league, after league change, they won it. And I think हामीले undermine चाहिँ गर्नु हुँदैन because एउटा प्लेयर कस्तो हुन्छ भने लाइक इज अबाउट लाइक 34 35 अहिले 37 समथिङ 36 समथिङ कति पुग्यो होइन नोबडी इज पर्फेक्ट क्या नोबडी क्यान बी लाइक हुन्छ नि एकदमै 100% गर्न सक्दैन एन्ड इट्स बिन एज क्या अब इज एजिङ एन्ड लाइक त्यो एजले त्यो फेटिगले त्यो अलिकति त कम त भइ नै हाल्छ वी क्यान नट टेक एनिथिङ अवे फ्रम लियोनल मेसी बट वी हेभ टु एटलिस्ट लेट हिम बी अ लिटल बिट फेडेड अवे अब देयर विल बी अ टाइम द्याट लियोनल मेसी विल नट बी देयर इन वर्ल्ड फुटबल So त्यति बेलाको लागि पनि people should be ready जस्तो लाग्छ and I think it's very harsh on him that people say he is not performing and everything but we need to understand the human side of it. Football is not only about the data and everything, it's about the human side as well. So we need to acknowledge that.
So how do you think would affect Messi if he could not win your PSG ले चाहिँ यो PSG team ले चाहिँ नजितेको भए चाहिँ do you think it would really affect Messi personally?
It would have. It would have tremendously affected him. Him as a professional, him as a person, it would have affected a lot. He went through a lot and he has been going through a lot. And त्यो कारणले एकदमै गाह्रो पनि हुन्थ्यो होला. But it's really good that they won it and with their own capability. Not that कसैले त्यो हुन्छ नि French league is a very competitive league. आजको दिनमा हामीले Lille को कुरा गर्दाखेरि they were still in contention. Olympically honest, they were a very good team. अहिले अलिकति पछाडि परेको छ. But French league is a very competitive. We cannot take that away from French league. It's one of the best leagues in the world and one of the top 5 भन्छन् अहिले French league 1 लाई Ligue 1 as they said it. तर PSG with their firepower and with all their class they have, they won it deservedly जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई.
So yes, with that we need to head on towards a short commercial break. With that, we will be right back after that. Welcome back. So yes, as I say, ekdam sports moya bhairahcha hai. So do you like it wherever you go? Everyone's talking about football with you. Also, ekdam रमाइलो मान्छे जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई त हेर्दै.
I am. I'm a very sportsy person. Sports त मेरो DNA मै छ, especially football.
I haven't checked that and he's never shown me the report, so I don't know.
There might be a report that हुन्छ नि त्यसमा hemoglobin कम, football बेसी आउँछ होला, but jokes apart, I am filled with football. I can say that.
So yeah, we were talking about how strong role play गर्छ कुनै एउटा टिमको म्यानेजरले एउटा टिमको कोचले भन्ने खालको कुराहरु you know where I'm heading हैन. We're talking about अहिले नेपालको current controversy किनभने धेरैवटा स्टेटमेन्ट्सहरु पनि आइरहेको छ धेरै किसिमको कुरा तर्क वितर्कहरु पनि आइरहेको छ अहिलेको नेपालको current sports scenario talking about football itself हैन. Being someone really close to this thing, how would you describe the current scenario like?
Just to put it, भन्नेको लागि भन्नै पर्ने हो भने चाहिँ it's a very unfortunate scenario. You know why? Because this shouldn't have happened. This won't have happened. Due to some unfortunate scenarios, unfortunately this happened. World ma there are lots of feuds, lots of discussions between players and coaches हामीले धेरैवटा discussions धेरैवटा fights हरु, let's not put it at fights त्यो चाहिँ अब एउटा discussions हरु हुँदै गर्छ वर्ल्ड फुटबलमा हामीले धेरैवटा एक्जाम्पल्सहरु दिन्छौं even the best managers, the best of the best managers are into controversies, are into feuds, are into fights, especially talking about हामीले Sir Alex Ferguson, who is a sir, who's knighted, those kind of coaches, one of the best coaches in the world. He's also been in some kind of feuds, or let's say हामीले recent example दिने अथवा भनौं त्यति बेलाको example दिने हो भने David Beckham सँगको एउटा controversy थियो. There was a rumor that he threw a boot into his head, some those kind of things, and especially about his hair drying treatment and everything. There is this football culture mein cha kya, that players and coaches are discussing. But what's happening here in Nepal is a different context. You're saying it shouldn't have happened. You're saying alikati weird type ko, or let's say ekdamai unconventional type ko discussion. Okay, it's about something. It's about which shouldn't have happened. त्यो विषयमा डिस्कस गर्नुपर्ने जरुरत नै थिएन. सम्बन्धित निकायले त्यो चीजलाई एड्रेस गर्नुपर्ने जरुरत थियो.
त्यो पनि नेशनल लेभलमा.
Exactly. Those are not like I wouldn't say normal players. Everybody is a special player. Those aren't players who are playing in the A Division League or let's say कुनै क्लबको मात्र प्लेयर्सहरु हैन अथवा सेकेन्ड टायरमा खेल्ने प्लेयर्स हैन. They are from the national team, the first 9 players of the top 11. Those kind of players. So उहाँहरू बच्चाहरू त होइन, दे आर नट लाइक फाइटिङ फर लाइक हुन्छ नि जस्तै हामीले कहिले काहीँ घरमा झगडा पर्दाखेरि मेरो ड्याडले घरबाट निस्केर जाऊ भने म घरबाट निस्केर गएँ भन्दाखेरि इट्स दे आर नट द्याट चाइल्डिश क्या, दे आर लाइक हुन्छ नि एडल्ट प्रोफेसनल्स होइन, दे आर लाइक भेरी विवेक भएको मान्छेहरू होइन, द्याट एभ्रिबडी इज अ भेरी भनौँ न इन्टेलेक्चुअल पर्सन एन्ड वी वेन्ट थ्रु सम अफ द रिमार्क्स दे मेड एज वेल. सो तिनीहरू पनि बच्चाहरू त होइन, उहाँहरू पनि बच्चाहरू त होइन होइन, तर त्यति भन्दै गर्दाखेरि त्यो कुराको रिजल्भेसन चाहिँ अलिक बेटर वेमा गर्न सकिन्थ्यो जस्तो लाग्थ्यो होइन. यो सिनारियो चाहिँ अब हाम्रो देश एउटा डेभलपिङ कन्ट्री भनेर भन्दै गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ एकजना खेलाडीको कुरा गर्ने हो भने अब प्लेयर हु हेज गन थ्रु अ लट होइन, इभन आई वेन्ट थ्रु द्याट प्रोसेस. अब आई हुन्छ नि विथड्रु अ लिटल बिट अर्ली. एकजना खेलाडी बन्नको लागि धेरै गाह्रो छ कि दे हेभ टु सेक्रिफाइस एभ्रिथिङ इन लाइफ, देयर एजुकेसन, देयर प्रोफेसनल लाइफ, देयर इकोनोमी, देयर फ्यामिली, वाट एभर, यिनीहरूको प्रोफेसनल लाइफ एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ, दे हेभ टु सेक्रिफाइस एभ्रिथिङ. एन्ड टु बी इन अ सिनारियो, इन अ नेसनल टिम सिनारियो, इफ दे आर नट प्रोभाइडेड विथ basic human facilities, they can say about it. भन्न पाउँछ तिनीहरूले होइन. इट्स नट द्याट कि सबै कुरा रुल्स एन्ड रेगुलेसनको अन्डरमै हुनुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा पनि होइन. एभ्रिबडी हेज अ राइट टु से, इट्स अ डेमोक्रेटिक कन्ट्री होइन, अनि त्यहाँ भन्न पाउँछ, त्यहाँनिर डिस्कस गर्न पाउँछ. एन्ड आई थिङ्क इट्स क्वाइट हार्स अन द प्लेयर्स. मेरो आफ्नो विचारले भन्ने हो भने चाहिँ इट्स क्वाइट हार्स अन द प्लेयर्स द्याट दे बिन ट्रिटेड द्याट वे. बट ह्याभिङ सेड द्याट, जस्ट टु पुट इट थिङ्स इन द राइट वे, Abdullah Al-Mudari has been one of the tremendous coaches in Nepal. आजको दिनमा he's one of the हुन्छ नि best achievers नेपाली फुटबलमा. नेपाली इतिहासकै कुरा गर्ने हो भने after 28 years they got into the final of the SAF championship. It's not only because of Al-Mudari but he has a very important role. So त्यो कुरालाई चाहिँ अलिकति भन्छ नि सबैजना बसेर इन टेबल इफ दे क्यान सिट डाउन एन्ड डिस्कस एन्ड आई थिङ्क देयर इज गोइङ टु बी अ सल्युसन. अहिले पनि भर्खरै हामीले चाहिँ सल्युसनको ट्रेसेसहरू हामीले पाइरहेको छौँ. हिजो भर्खरै खेलाडी सङ्घ, फुटबल खेलाडी सङ्घको टिमले चाहिँ एउटा विज्ञप्ति दिनुभयो सरी हाम्रो अहिलेको जेनरल सेक्रेटरीलाई इन्द्रमान तुलादेज्यूलाई भने अब्दुल्ला अल-मुतारीले पनि आफ्नो लेटर दिनुभएको छ इन्द्रमान तुलादेज्यूलाई कि डोन्ट पनिश द प्लेयर्स होइन. उहाँहरूले अब जे रिमार्क पनि दिनुभयो, अब मेरो विरुद्ध जे भन्नुभयो द्याट वाज भेरी हार्स अन मी. आई क्यान टेक इट, डोन्ट डु एनिथिङ टु देम. किनकि अब दे क्यान बी लाइक अब एफए त्यसमा इन्भल्भ भयो भने एफए क्यान फाइन प्लेयर्स, ब्यान देम फ्रम नेसनल टिम एन्ड दोज काइन्ड अफ स्टफ होइन. नट ओन्ली फर दिस इभेन्ट बट फर अपकमिङ डेज एज वेल होइन. सो त्यस्तो एक्सन्सहरू चाहिँ केही पनि नलिनु. दे वन्ट, आई आर सर्टेन द्याट दे वन्ट बी इन द अहिले यो एसियन गेम्समा चाहिँ उहाँहरू बिना नै पनि म गर्न सक्छु. मेरो टिमले I've got more players to get in. अरू प्लेयर्सहरू पनि छ, आई क्यान लिभ विदाउट देम, तर उहाँहरूलाई पनिस चाहिँ नगरिदिनु भनेर भन्नुभएको छ. सो वाट वी क्यान मेक आउट अफ दिस इज लाइक त्यो सिनारियो त्यस्तो एक्सट्रिम चाहिँ छैन. इट्स गोइङ टु रिजल्भेसन पनि अलिकति चिसिँदै पनि छ. बट ह्याभिङ सेड द्याट दिस निड्स टु बी सर्टेड आउट एज सुन एज पोसिबल बिकज एसियन क्वालिफायर्स आउँदै गरेको छ. इट्स नट ओन्ली अबाउट एसियन क्वालिफायर्समा नेपाल क्वालिफाई हुन्छ कि हुँदैन. It's about the country ranking in the world. FIFA World Ranking मा चाहिँ कहाँनिर हुन्छ भन्ने कुराको निर्धारण पनि त्यसले त्यसको रिजल्ट्सले पनि गर्छ. सो इट्स भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट फर नेपाली फुटबल टु बी इन अ भेरी स्टेबल स्टेट राइट नाउ. र त्यो सिनारियो अहिले छैन नेपाली फुटबलमा. द्याट इट्स अलिकति मेसअप नै भइराखेको छ. दुवै साइडबाट अलिकति कम्प्रोमाइजेसहरू आवश्यकता छ. अब मैले भन्दै गर्दाखेरि फेरि प्लेयर्सहरूको साइडमा मात्र भयो भन्दै जस्तो पनि सुनिन्छ. बट एउटा कोचले आफ्नो स्ट्यान्स लिन पाउँछ फेरि होइन. लाइक ही क्यान कम अप एन्ड से कि लाइक आई वान्ट दिस फ्रम द टिम, सो यु निड टु बी अन्डर माई भनौँ न ट्युटलेज एन्ड मेरो कमान्डमा रहनुपर्छ. त्यो भन्न पनि पाउँछ कोचले. तर टु वाट कन्टेक्स्ट भन्ने कुरा हो कि कहाँसम्म भन्न पाउँछ होइन, कुन लेभलसम्म भन्न पाउँछ. अरूले चाहिँ तपाईँको चाहिँ कुन टपिक्सहरूमा भन्न पाउँछ. तपाईँले प्लेयरले राम्रो पर्फर्म गरेन भनेर भन्न सक्नुहुन्छ, तपाईँले प्लेयरले ठग्यो भनेर भन्न सक्नुहुन्छ, त्यो प्लेयरले कुनै इन्डिसिप्लिनरी एक्सन गर्यो भनेर पनि भन्न सक्नुहुन्छ. बट इफ समबडी इज लाइक डिमान्डिङ फर अ बेसिक ह्युमन थिङ, अब अहिले प्लेयर्सहरूको चाहिँ स्पेसली कुरा आउने हो भने चाहिँ त्यहाँ हाम्रो क्याम्पमा बस्दै गएर दे लिभ इन एन्फा होस्टेल के त्यहाँको चाहिँ फेसिलिटिजहरू त्यहाँको लेट्स से जे जति पनि प्रोभाइडेड छ. आई थिङ्क इट्स नट अप टु द पार. आई क्यान ओपनली से द्याट होइन. जुन फेसिलिटिज वर्ल्डभरि हामीले पाउँछौँ होइन. अब हामीले भन्दै गर्दा हाम्रो एक्सक्युज अहिले के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि अब डेभलपिङ नेसन हो, वी आर लाइक द्याट, अब हामी गर्न सक्दैनौँ त के त भन्ने पनि हुन्छ. बट आई थिङ्क फुटबल इज नट ओन्ली अबाउट भनौँ न प्लेइङ अन द फिल्ड, इट्स अल्सो अबाउट आउट अफ द फिल्ड होइन. अब हामीले आजको दिनमा न्युट्रिसनको कुरा गर्छौँ होइन, अब स्ट्यामिना ट्रेनिङ्सहरूको कुरा गर्छौँ, जिमको कुरा गर्छौँ, एभ्रिथिङ. 2-3 महिना क्याम्पमा अलिकति न्युट्रिसियस डाइट खुवाएर मात्र हुँदैन कि प्लेयर्सहरूलाई. इट हेज टु बी इयर लङ होइन. इयर लङले दे हेभ टु प्रोभाइडेड विथ इनफ न्युट्रिसन, इनफ फेसिलिटिज, एभ्रिथिङ. हामीले स्पोर्ट्स साइन्सको कुरा गर्दै गरिरहेको छौँ इन्टरनेसनल फुटबलमा, इन्टरनेसनल स्पोर्ट्समा भने यहाँ हामी कुरा भइरहेको छ बेसिक ह्युमन फेसिलिटिज, पानीको कुरा, sanitation को कुरामा कुरा भइरहेछ so there's a vast difference हैन अब यो कुरालाई हामीले अहिले यो चीजले चाहिँ नेपाली फुटबलको मात्र हैन नेपाली स्पोर्ट्सलाई पनि रिफ्लेक्ट गरिरहेछ कि हामी कहाँ छौं भनेर so it's not only about this discussion this is a very serious discussion this needed to be addressed not only by the FA not only by the players not only by the coaches but also by the higher authorities कि नेपालमा फेसिलिटिज यस्तो भएको कारणले खेलाडीहरूले भनि पनि रहेको छन् यहाँनिर मन्त्रालय पनि इन्भल्भ हुनुपर्ने आवश्यकता देखिएको छ they have to address the fact कि ल फेसिलिटिजमा चाहिँ national team players not talking about normal community players we're talking about national team players यो कुरामा चाहिँ प्रब्लम हुनु हुँदैन भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ they have to address जस्तो लाग्छ and I think that's a solution अब यो कुराको लागि चाहिँ everybody need to compromise everybody needs to come in a table and then and only then the कुरा resolve हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ
so yeah we're talking about national level involvement को कुरा गरिरहेका छौं हैन so अहिले चाहिँ कस्तो सिनेरियो छ because as you've mentioned as well हैन since players देशको गहना हो भनेर हामी भनेर हिँड्छौं हैन so if one specific player जस्तो सन्दीप लामिछाने was doing really good is doing really good in terms of cricket भन्ने बित्तिकै हामी चाहिँ we always flexing about that हैन तर जस्तो कुरा आयो बेसिक निड्स को हैन एकदम उहाँहरुले डिमान्ड गर्नु भएको डिमान्ड पनि नभनौं उहाँहरुको जुन इश्यू छ त्यो एकदमै बेसिक लेभलको छ के र यो कुरा चाहिँ इट वाज नट नेसेसरी के त्यो बाहिर यस्तो तरिकाले उदाङ्ग भराउनु इट वाज समथिङ दैट वाज सपोज्ड टु बी डन बाइ द नेशनल लेभल त्यही रिजल्भ हुनुपर्ने कुरा यो लेभल यो इन्टेन्सिटीसम्म आउनुपर्ने थिएन हैन सो राइट नाउ भन्नुपर्दाखेरि के चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ व्हाट डु यु थिंक शुड बी डन and what do you think is needed to be done
अब अहिले जुन gravity of the situation the need of the hour especially Nepal is playing in the Asian Cup qualifiers and I think everybody should think about the nation rather than themselves यहाँनिर प्लेयर्सहरुको पनि कुरा आउँछ हैन true कि they need basic facilities they need the basic things त्यहाँनिर पनि अलिकति compromising factor हुनुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ तर अहिलेको यो चीजले के पनि देखाइरहेछ भने they showing what they want what they actually deserve not only what they want they actually deserve that's true as well so यो कुरामा भनौं न सरकारी निकायबाट हुन्छ वा एफए बाट हुन्छ त्यो कुरा एड्रेस हुनुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ कि you will be certain with these kind of things so यो असर्टन हुन्छ you guys can be reinstalled again भनेर असर्टनली दिइसकेपछि players will be like okay ठीक छ यो कुरामा चाहिँ हामी अग्री गर्न सक्छौं भनेर players might be resolved in that and Abdullah Al-Matari might come up with a चाहिँ नि अलिकति उहाँको तर्फबाट पनि यहाँनिर अलिकति adamance देखिएको छ he's come up and said that कि publicly नै it's come in medias as well that जबसम्म म रहन्छु तबसम्म तपाईहरु टिममा रहनु हुन्न भन्ने रिमार्क पनि राख्नु भएको छ उहाँले सो मेबी त्यो जुन सिनेरियो थियो त्यो फ्युडमा त्यो कोहीले एग्रेसिभली भन्नु भएको हुन सक्छ ही इज अ ह्युमन बीइङ एज वेल हैन ही इज अ भेरी इमोशनल ह्युमन बीइङ फेरि हैन ही इज अ भेरी भनौं न ह्युमनली पर्सन एज वेल अनि त्यो कुराहरु सायद उहाँले रिसमा अथवा कुनै हुन्छ नि अननेसेसरीली भन्नु भएको हुन सक्छ he has to हुन्छ नि resurrect that त्यो कुरालाई चाहिँ उहाँले चाहिँ सच्याउनु पनि पर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ because I think it's not only about the coach that decides who is in the national team it's also about the players and their performance rather than everything else हैन अब डिसिप्लिनरी कुराहरु पनि मेन्टेन गर्नुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ I think the resolution is that खेलाडीहरुको पनि माग पुरा होस् whatever they want हैन त्यो बेसिक कुराहरु के it's not about like they're not asking for huge amount of money हैन huge amount of उहाँहरुलाई चाहिँ incentives दिनु भनेर उहाँहरुले माग्नु भएको हैन so only about basic things हैन which they deserve as well त्यो चीज एड्रेस भइसकेपछि I think Al-Matari also needs to step back a little bit not more because उहाँको जुन करिजमाले गर्दाखेरि पनि चलेको नेपाली फुटबल आजको दिनमा त्यो अगाडि बढ्दैछ we shouldn't step back at that stance but एउटा कहिलेकाहीँ ब्रेक इभन पोइन्ट आउँछ के समटाइम्स यु नीड टु लेट गो अफ योरसेल्फ your beliefs and everything so त्यो एउटा मिड पोइन्टमा आयो भने चाहिँ I think this can be resolved otherwise it can't be जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई
it can be it should be it will be resolved let's stay on a very positive note so yeah with that म चाहिँ घडी हेर्दै थिएँ कति भयो टाइम because I cannot hear anything so yeah with that I guess it's time for us to say goodbye and so thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for sharing all these insightful opinions and insightful things that you brought. You know? So thank you so much for coming.
It's always a pleasure coming here. You know? Always a pleasure coming to Prime. Chiya Guff, it's always so fresh. You know? Bihanako 8 baje you just get so healthy tea and so good people to talk to and it's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
And thank you so much for coming once again, Monday. We'll make sure that we have you more on the days to come. We'll talk more about sports. We will talk more about football. Indeed, with that, we'll have to say goodbye to everyone. Just on the count of 3, song bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye.